and I went away to college, and I think growing up I always wanted to get away from the small town feel of Maine. But once I did get away, I realized that there are so many opportunities in Maine, and I was anxious to get back to that. I love summertime in Maine, being out in Casco Bay. I have a lot of friends around here, and I love to take advantage of the food and activities in Portland. I think I'm a prime example of someone that didn't necessarily think they'd be living in Maine after graduation from college, but I would tell anyone not to overlook opportunities in Maine. I think a lot of people are like tantalized by the big cities, but Portland, Maine feels just like that. There's a lot of organizations that want to find young talent and really nurture them and help them grow. So I would just take advantage of those opportunities because they're out there. My name is Amelia Burns, and you can find your Maine job at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Meet the newest member of the MaineLife team. This, my friends, is Rico Stelvio, the Italian stallion I've been waiting for. He's quite the catch. Reliable, edgy, and perfectly proportioned with a strong core. He has a front engine, all-wheel drive, and an 8-speed automatic transmission with a carbon fiber drive shaft. He's an alpha. But then again, so am I. I think we're gonna get along just fine.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound, and I pressed and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
Good to see you.
I'm back.
I'm back.
I like your shirt.
Survived, thank you. Brand new, obviously.
So is this like how it was?
This is not how it was. This is not how it was. I wish I had this big tent. This was would have been a savior, but no.
So cue the fire. We're here in the camping section of LL Bean with James, my partner in crime here, who's back in one piece.
Finally.
But we're here at the camping section at LL Bean because that's basically why you went to Kilimanjaro, to test the new prototype that you guys have been working on for quite some time.
Yeah, it's part of a bigger collab that we've talked about already in the past, but this is hopefully a step up and in another design that's really technical and a bit more for that everyday adventure, a quick day hike, or perfect for traveling. So we're excited.
If it survived Kilimanjaro, then I think
it survived 7 days of about every single condition that you can be thrown at a pack, which is exactly why two Maine companies went halfway around the world to test the bag.
Wow. So you're testing not only the bag, and I haven't seen him since he got back, but I did see a few pictures and videos on Instagram. It tested your human spirit.
It was, I wasn't expecting, I mean, I knew it was going to be hard. It's the world's highest freestanding mountain, and 19,341 feet. It's significantly higher than anything I mean, Katahdin's a mile high, right? So just over 5,000 feet. I wasn't expecting the emotional turmoil it was going to put on all of us, and I think that's what was. There's a scene of me at the summit, and it's just waterworks, right? We're all completely crying because we were overworked, we were overtired, and the only words I could get out were, I'm just so proud of the team, and because I saw how hard everyone fought. Bags performed really well, right? And I'll never forget that, and it's a really cool story. But seeing my friends and Flowfold and LL Bean ambassadors go through what they did and get to the top was really special.
Would you do it again?
Would I do it again? Yes. Yes, I would absolutely do it again. I think outside of the summit day, it was sort of as predicted. You know, we did our research, the team did our research, and we went in prepared. We had all of our gear. Summit day you couldn't prepare for. We were told by our guides that that on Summit day was the worst conditions they've seen in over 250 summit attempts in 9 years. So we woke up, and what was supposed to take us 6 hours to get to the summit ended up taking us well over 10.5 hours. So we battled through 30-mile-per-hour gusts of wind. On the way up, it was so cold that my toe warmers had basically frozen inside my boots and were working against me at this point. I had never been so cold. I was bone-chilling cold, and we all were. And we had 3 climbers who were experiencing some serious symptoms of AMS, which is acute mountain syndrome, basically high altitude sickness, and they were pushing through pain and turmoil that I simply can't express, but that like I had never seen before. And it was overwhelming. It was heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time, because I got to see our porters and our guides support the group as we went up. So we ended up getting there. One person did have to turn back due to some serious sickness. We ended up getting there. It was way too late in the day. And so we took some quick pictures. We had Ella Bean and Flowfold flags, and we took some pictures, and we had our moment. And then we had to get off that mountain fast, but we couldn't. There was a fresh coat of about 2 feet of snow on the ground. And then the sun came out and created this weird sort of hazy day that I've never seen before and will never likely see again. And the amount of heat was so extreme. So I went from extreme cold, colder than I've ever been, to as hot as I've ever been. In no real way, all I had was my any of us had was our cold weather gear on. So we baked. 6 hours down, we completely baked in these conditions. We all came back with blistered lips, burned faces, peeling. We were not the most attractive group of ambassadors on our way back.
Saw a few pictures, but it was the real deal.
It was the real deal. So we felt like Everest explorers, and I think that's the only positive takeaway, is that we certainly did not come out looking like we went to a salon. We were battered.
Well, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Glad you're back.
I'm glad I'm back too. I missed exploring Maine. So
on to our next adventure.
On to the next adventure.
And this is why he's my co-host this year, my friends.
So
good job.
All right, thank you.
Kilimanjaro! I'm a proud sponsor of the Maine Women's Lobby. I'm Seth Rigoletti, leadership coach, and I want to thank the Maine Women's Lobby for their continuous leadership and empowerment of Maine women and girls.
I feel really lucky to have found myself available at the same time that the Maine Women's Lobby was seeking an executive director. It brought me back to the very same issues that had brought me into politics in the first place. The Women's Lobby was involved in sexual harassment, first in the nation, landmark sexual harassment statutes in 1991. And here we are in the year 2018, having the Me Too moment and still having to wrestle with issues of sexual harassment. There are issues that will remain perennial ones for us. And what we are working on these days is really helping people see the bigger picture, to understand that, for instance, when we're talking about poverty in Maine, as in the United States and around the world, we're talking about an issue that overwhelmingly affects women and children. So we're trying to help policymakers understand the importance of economic security and to realize that the issues that make life better for women make life better for everyone.
My name is Evan Putnam, and I've been here for 6.5 years. I manage Pineridge acres, all the land for the Chinquette family out here, and I love my job because every day when I wake up, it's a new job for me. It's never the same thing twice in one day, and it's a job that kind of gives my life meaning, and is a very fulfilling job. I really enjoy it.
So what's his job title?
He's the director of care and feeding. He's still learning on the job, though.
And and now we calve 35 to 40 a year. And we have as many as 130 cows on hand at any given time throughout the summer. So we've grown quite a bit. We've built some more structures and taken on some more hay ground. Done a lot of fencing, so it's been a fun journey.
And you know, and the fun thing is, obviously we're in Cumberland, but we grow all our own hay. So everything these cows are eating was grown in Cumberland or Falmouth. You know, it's grass-fed, all the benefits that people are starting to learn about now, and it's about as local as you can get. So, you know, if we can keep the farms staying farms, that's great for everyone.
It's a 365-day a year, 24-hour-a-day type of job, but it's one of those jobs. It's fulfilling. You enjoy it. It's frustrating at times, but what job isn't? But really, it's a lifestyle, and I grew up with it. I tried to get away from it when I was younger and do something different, but it sucked me back in, and I don't think that I'll ever be anything but a farmer. I really enjoy it, and working for these guys is a great opportunity. So
it's amazing to be outside much more and just to have a better understanding and appreciation for everything around us and everything we eat. And it's fun to see him outside and learning, you know, kind of basic lessons, and knowing someday he'll be picking eggs before school and such, and hopefully throwing less hay and sawdust. Okay. Can I pet him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, is that Brutus?
His nickname is Panda because he looks like a giant panda bear.
He's got hair like you, right? Do you have Brutus hair?
Handsome boys.
Do you guys have the same haircut? What do you think? You want to go find the eggs? Yeah. You go find the chickens?
Chickens. Oh, hey girls. Luke's the first one in.
I was gonna say, when in doubt, throw the sawdust. All right. Let's go. Let's go
help Mr. Evan. How cute are they when they're born?
They are very cute, and I picked them up at the Yarmouth post office, and it never ceases to amaze me the looks I get as I walk out with a squeaking box of baby chickens. Yeah, we first started just supplying the Portland Regency Hotel, and we still supply them with all of their peed burger and a lot of their peed primals, so the tenderloins and ribeyes and so on. And we've also supplied restaurants and other stores like Rosemont in Portland. And now we've opened a retail store, so that's been interesting. It's still in its infancy, so we're learning the whole retail side of things. But that's kind of more the route we'd like to go, is just really keep everything right here on the farm and stay local, and just deal with, you know, local restaurants and people that enjoy, you know, quality local meats.
Can you have visitors? Can people?
Absolutely.
Yeah, come and see the babes.
Absolutely. Yeah. The you know, the barn and the farm store are on Wynn Road, right in Cumberland, right over the Falmouth line. It's an honor system. It's open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So there's eggs, there's beef, there's poultry. There's a lot of great products that people can swing by. And then Evan's cell phone's on the big sign right outside. And he lives just around the corner. So, you know, we're always willing to show people what Maine agriculture looks like.
My matching socks with my matching sneakers.
So I'm Gloria, I'm from Angola. I grew up in South Africa. I came here in 2015. I'm 18 years old. I go to Portland High School. And fun fact, my favorite subject is math.
See if we can get this.
So I have to hit the backboard
You gotta hit the backboard. It's called bank shot. There we go. There we go. My name is Josh Adiyeye. I play shooting forward, or small forward, and power forward. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, originally, and I'm number 20. I'm half Nigerian and she's Angolan, and so we grew up like eating the same things pretty much. So we talking about fufu. Fufu's like a like a paste.
Yeah, it's made out of like maize. You cook it like most. One thing I like about sports, especially when it comes to basketball and so, is that it gives you a place where you can spend your time instead of like many people have other things to do and after school they would get into trouble or so. But then when you play sport, you're dedicated to something. It teaches you, it helps you build responsibility, you know, because you're responsible. I have to be at practice before this, I have to be at practice at time, I have to leave at this time. So not only that, it also helps you keep your healthy life active.
3-pointer.
Wow.
Right there.
Okay.
This is for I. Ah! Yes! All right, other side. Okay, you getting the hang of it.
Okay, who's ready for pizza?
Yeah, always ready for pizza.
We're gonna head over to Slab. Have you been there? They have the best crust.
You want some help? You want me to carry that for you?
I got it.
You good?
Thanks.
I mean, you got some in both hands. I'm just trying to.
I mean, for
help you
TV,
out.
if you want to look like.
Huh?
You like pizza?
I do actually, yeah.
Hey, Gary Bergeron.
Josh.
Josh, how's it going, man?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Good, how are you?
No? Good, yeah. Duan taking it easy on you
He
so
is.
far this year?
Yeah, he's been pretty good to us.
Nice. I like Duan. He's a good friend of mine.
Really?
So,
How you guys go back a long time? Or?
Just from his involvement with the Red Claw.
Right.
And when he first came to town. And the Boys and Girls Club gives us a tremendous place to give back to the community. And what better place to give back to the community than to support the kids who need us most.
I'm lucky to meet this one today. We have a good conversation today. It's been pretty good. Yeah.
It's one of the things that keeps me involved with the club every day is there's unbelievable talent like you who just needs a place to be exposed and a place to grow, and then you take over and do the rest on your own, you know?
Hi, Mikey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Good to be back. This is Mike, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm Josh.
Josh, nice to meet you.
Gloria.
What I recommend is our original. It's kind of what we're known for. It's what we're kind of famous for. Is what I like to think is our hand slab. It comes cheese or pepperoni.
When in Rome for me, so I'm just gonna take the original, original cheese.
Cheese, please.
It all depends on what your priorities and what your skills and talents are. Find that towering strength, whatever you have. Obviously yours is sports and athletics. But find that towering strength and then just chase it as hard and as fast as you can.
And like, if you can do that early, if you find out what your strength and what your talents are early, it's like really beneficial because a lot of people don't really find that. Like I was lucky enough to find it with basketball at a young age. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's one piece?
That's one piece.
That's hardy.
4 pieces, yeah.
Whoa.
Thank you. I think I'm just gonna like just
You just can do it.
Yeah, I have big hands. I just eat it.
I'll cut it.
Yeah, probably cut it in half is a better idea. South Africa, West Africa, a lot of them eat fufu. Something I grew up on as a kid.
All right, well, welcome to Cushnoc Brewing Company today. We are downtown Augusta's first brewery and also wood-fired pizza. We opened 4 months ago on Water Street on Halloween of 2017 and been really excited to have a great reception by all the locals downtown. We have a number of our own beers on tap, typically 5 to 7 Cushnoc beers plus some guest taps. For example, today behind us, Patrick is working on our Shimmy Shimmy Yay Milkshake IPA, which is going to be released at the end of this month, brewed with lactose milk sugar, clementine peel, and pineapple juice. Very exciting offering. We also have a wood-fired pizza oven, Stacy, cranking out lots of delicious wood-fired pizzas all day long, along with salads, appetizers, and desserts. You'll find something for everybody, hopefully. And we are open 7 days a week at 11 a.m.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, thank you.
We're doing great.
Well, cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are drinking today gigantic dad pans
There you go.
as well as Lawyer Up. So cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today. Today we're joined by Alex Serra
from Sarah Public Affairs and Diana Poznikov from Sophia FEMA Handbags. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Well, we're going to talk about entrepreneurship and being a female entrepreneur in Maine. Alex, I'm going to start with you. I know this is not your first time here at Cushnoc Brewery. You have an office right upstairs.
Yes.
Really?
We are part of the Augusta downtown revitalization, and we love it. It's just so great to see what's happening here.
So what was it that made you want to start your own business?
I saw an opening in the market in what we do, which is government affairs and public relations. And I saw this opening because of other jobs I had had along the way. I've worked for amazing companies and had amazing colleagues, but I couldn't find a firm that had the whole portfolio of services that we wanted to offer. And so we do lobbying, government relations, public affairs, social media, communications. We offer all that to our clients. And
it's a natural pathway for you. And when I think back of the experiences we've had together, all the things that you spoke of have kind of come together with what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Diana, you have an absolutely incredible story to tell. Architecture, entrepreneur, handbag, quite a transition. How did that happen?
Yeah. So it's something that I dreamt about since college. So in architecture, we create spaces, we create buildings. And for me, handbags are basically the same thing. It's just on a much smaller scale. And in college, that's when I really understood that a lot of people and communities don't actually get to enjoy architecture, like spaces that are really well designed and really thought out. So I thought, well, how can I do it on a smaller scale where more people could enjoy something like really well designed, really thought out, and all about organization and space. So the two actually came together quite naturally for me. So I really think that I still create architecture in my handbags, for sure.
You've convinced me.
That's great. What was your biggest fear going out on your own and starting your own business?
So for me, like jumping into entrepreneurship took me a while because I was terrified, because I didn't know if I had all the answers. Actually, I knew I didn't have all the answers, and that terrified me. Like, how am I going to do this? I'm jumping into a completely different industry. How am I going to create this product, number one? Then how am I going to reach these women? No clue. But I think to be an entrepreneur, you have to be part naive and part blind. Yes. Because if you knew the realities, like, you just wouldn't do it. You just wouldn't do it.
That's so true.
You have to just
kind of like parenthood,
believe,
from what I understand,
right? Like, you don't
think too much about it.
Right.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yep, I'm there.
You're ready. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
What would you say your biggest challenge was in starting your business, and what would be your best piece of advice to other female entrepreneurs or hopeful entrepreneurs out there in Maine?
I think for me, my biggest challenge was just making the decision to do it and to summoning that courage within myself. And I think for other women that are looking to do this, I think look for the helpers in the room, like Mr. Rogers said, right? Look for the people who are going to support you. And there are so many women there. I had the benefit of going to a women's college where early on, there was always a role model for me. And it's so important to find each other. And I think for the business community, I would love to see more women represented on boards of organizations. I would love to see us get to a point where we can stop talking about the fact that we're women. Like, I wake up every day and I don't think of myself as a female business owner. I think of myself as a business owner. And I want us all to get to that point and have gender still be something we're aware of, but not the thing that defines us.
Right. I completely agree with that. And to kind of continue on that thought is I would love to see more successful women that have run businesses or been in amazing positions in the state to take much more of a role, a vocal role in helping startups and helping businesses succeed. I kind of refer to it as a buddy system, maybe. Like, that mentorship, I think, is just priceless. And I know there are a lot of people in the state that have amazing experience. I'd love to see more of that happening and taking other business owners under their wing and guiding them and helping them.
On that note, to your success and
Yes.
to your future.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations.
Thanks
for joining us.
Thank you.